Old boy's fighting for God now. What a strange turn of events. So this review is going to be up later than I really expected, but whatever. So Season of the Witch. Well, I really didn't go in this movie expecting much. Before the even reviews came out, I still wasn't expecting much. The movie was supposed to come out, like, last March, I think, and it just kept getting delayed. And the only, like, good thing I had from it is, like, Nicolas Cage's last couple movies, it's not been that terrible, but he had Kick-Ass, you know, good, but he had Knowing, and I think Knowing's an incredibly underrated movie. It's just fun movie, despite some flaws, but I still think it's pretty underrated. And this movie is Season of the Witch is supposed to come out exactly the same weekend, a year later, of Knowing, so I had some, like, odd hope for this movie, but, no. The movie is just a mess, but it's, like, a calculated mess, if that makes sense. What I'm saying is, like, it seems like they had all the right tools and components to make, like, a somewhat decent movie, but just didn't do it. I honestly don't know why this movie needed to be made. I mean, you know, January usually is a dumping ground for Hollywood leftover crap, but still, there still could have been some semblance of a good movie here, but they try. They don't try. The script is absolutely horrible, and the actors, I honestly think, other than Nicolas Cage, I think he just likes doing crazy crap at this point in time. I really just don't think he cares anymore. Ron Perlman, though, good actor. I don't know what he's doing here. Because he wasn't even trying. Not that you could try with this script, but still, like, every line just sounded like contrived bullshit coming out of their mouths. They were trying to talk in olden times crusading speak, but it still just felt fake and unnatural, and just despite that, this movie, the only reason, like, my friends were like, alright, let's see this, is because we thought it could be a good unintentional comedy. It had, like, a 3% on Rotten Tomatoes, so we were willing to take our chances, because making fun of really bad movies is always very fun. I mean, look at The Room. G.I. Joe was so much fun, because the movie's hysterical. But this movie, the thing is, the first 15-20 minutes are absolutely hysterically bad. Like, I was like, alright, this was just worth it, just laugh my ass off of this. But then the rest of the movie, up until the last 15-20 minutes yet again, is just boring, not even, like, so bad it's funny, it's just boring, dull, lifeless. I didn't care about the story whatsoever. Basically, I was just having conversations with my friends, but the only, I wasn't bothering anybody because there was no one in the theater. I was like, yes, people really braved the winter weather to come see this masterpiece. There's just nothing of substance here. Not that I even expected that, but the comedy level, I mean, if you're gonna go bad with a movie, please just go all out bad so I can at least have some enjoyment. But yet, so the first 20 and the last 20 minutes are, like, hysterical, bad enough to kind of have some, like, yeah, I saw this movie because it was so bad, you know. There's some leeway there as to explaining why you saw this movie, but in the middle areas, not so much. He does continue the tradition that Nicolas Cage started in The Wicker Man with him or someone in his movies hitting women. It happens again. I just sat there, I was like, this is just like The Wicker Man. Your friends are all rowdy on, like, a Friday night or something, I'd rent this movie. I think that's what it, you know, just to make fun of it. That's crack jokes, that's what we were doing. We were making a whole bunch of crazy religious zealot jokes and stuff. It was fun. I mean, honestly, you could just sit there, because there's just so many possible jokes to crack, like, the guards, they would talk about your heroism during the Crusades. No, I sold heroin during the Crusades. Just so much stuff that could have, you know. So this movie is just a putrid pile of shit, but it has its funny moments, even though not as much as there should have been, really. Like, come on, it's bad movie, but you know what, it's January, what do we expect? Slow start, go see True Grit, do that, if you haven't already, come on. I'll give this movie like 1.5, 2 out of 10. I don't even care about the rating for this movie. It's just, who cares? I'm not going to remember it. As much as I hate this movie, I really do think they should make, like, a follow-up to it called The Season of the Salem Witch Trials. and you just have Nicolas Cage like running around trying to stop them from burning witches. Like, how'd she get burned? How'd she get burned? How'd she get burned?